Hey guys, before we start, a quick shout out to Alpha Dog Nutrition for sponsoring this podcast. Alpha Dog products are now available at dusupply.com, and you can use code ALPHADOG15 at checkout for 15% off and a credit for free shipping to try it yourself. Now let's get you to your podcast.
Find yourself in the pages of Full Cry as we dive into the archives of America's leading tree dog publication. Join us as we look back at decades of stories, articles, and more written by those bold enough to follow the echoes of a hound.
Lion Hunt in Horseshoe Canyon. Albert C. Nolan, Portal Star Route Box 85. San Simon, Arizona. This is a story about a lion hunt that took place near here. I was camped in Horseshoe Canyon with a man out of Phoenix, Arizona. This man had gotten to know me long ago and has stayed a friend. If there is anything I hate, it is to try to build a camp on a rainy day where it is sleeting and cold. I almost loaded up and went back to the ranch. We had problems with wood and couldn't get a fire to burn. However, after I got my tent and got in my bedroll, I found it to be very nice. It cleared up about midnight and the stars came out. So at 4 a.m., I'd laid there too long, so got up, fed the horses a bucket of oats, made some ham and eggs, ate, saddled up, and up the canyon we went. The first thing the dogs treed, a chulu. I got the dogs and went up in a rough mountain range. On a ridge, I saw the dogs acting different, wringing their tails, and soon they opened on the rocks. I could not see a track, but I knew it was a lion or a bobcat. I could not understand why a fast race did not start, and yet I couldn't figure it out unless frost had fallen on the track and wet ground had thawed the track out, making very little sense. They trailed slowly for a mile or so to a bluff where he had killed a porcupine. When the dogs hit there, all heck broke loose, and they treed on the side of a big bluff. I had a time seeing the thing up 30 feet, and it blended in with the rocks. I learned a long time ago to shoot a lion fast, or he will get away in the bluffs, and 90% of the time you will never see the lion again. I've seen the lion jump treed and lose the dogs, and boy, what a puzzle this is. To see, but can't go any place with the lion track. It can flat fool you. You'd swear he went that way and jumped that way, then throws himself to the side and goes back the same way he came over his old tracks. I've watched all this many times, the tricks lions pulls. I guess there are more lion and bear in northern parts than ever in history. Bad to kill cattle because of overhunting of deer. The lion I caught in Horseshoe Canyon was a female lion of about 90 or 100 pounds. Game and Fish is out to catch all lion hunters doing wrong. So look out. Be careful. What if you write in Full Cry? That is why I'm going out of business. If a lion is worth more to them than a fine big buck deer, then I call them a stupid bunch of game managers. Another lion got away. A lot of new hunters do not believe in old school methods at all. It would be the best thing on earth if they would find a good older hunter who has been at this for years and learned the sport of real lion hunting. This hunt took place with the head of Whitetail Canyon. The dog struck, old Buckley and Sam, the rest fell in. One dog at a time was wringing their tail and bawling on the same rock, telling me it was lion. Come on, Albert. I sort of got out to the side and let them do the work. They trailed over into Indian Creek and up a saddle between the wood canyon side. By then it was noon and getting hot. I felt it was all over, and old Tucker bawled out on the hillside 100 yards below. The rest went to him, and then things eased up. I went on the north rim of the Cochise Head, and off there the dogs jumped the line, and it ran 3/4 of a mile and treed, the wild thing. As I came up, I sat there on my horse, and the thing looked this way and that, and then she came out where she went. I will never know. There was no scent anywhere. I do know a lion can for sure cut off their scent at times. I was so put out I petted my dogs and told them, "A good job, boys." I rode back to the ranch 12 miles off and got in after dark, fed the dogs, and made dinner and went to bed. 3 days later, I hit her track again, and a day's work was ahead to be done. I walked and led my horse the same 4 miles cold trailing, but never did jump the line.
Like what you heard? Leave us a review and make sure to tag @FullCryMag when sharing your own adventures. You can check out more vintage content and get your subscription to the all-new Full Cry magazine at www.fullcrymag.com. From the pages of Full Cry is a Full Cry production. We want to thank our sponsors and encourage everyone to support those who support our lifestyle. This episode would not be possible without the support of Next Level Super Premium Dog Food and W Hunting Supply. Until next time, keep those dogs in the woods and find yourself in the pages of Full Cry.